What's up, YouTube? It is your boy, VP Blocker, aka Larry, aka Vampire Blocker. Today is August the 31st, 2022. Back from the Caribbean with a nice tan. How's my tan look? Looking kind of good, right? I'm looking kind of milky. Anyway, chocolate milky, might I add. So like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop me some comments, dropping gems and truths. Been on YouTube over a year now, and some people are getting the message. Some people are. Now, I want to give a shout out to Chris Norlund. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. He gives a lot of great truths and insights, calling out a lot of your scammy YouTubers that I've been calling out. His channel is bigger than mine. I'm sure he's on social media. As you know, I'm not on social media. He has a great channel. He drops a lot of gems on certain stocks and on what he feels about a lot of these YouTube charlatans. I don't even know how to pronounce that word. Charlatans who are selling you the hype, and they're cashing in on your hard work. We talk about finance on this channel. We also talk about cars. There's another great channel, Lucky Lopez. He talks about a lot of cars in the market right now that are overpriced because there was a lot of money printing during the pandemic. He gives you the breakdowns because he was a car salesman, so he knows the business, the ins and the outs. He knows it from the other side. But today I'm going to give you my take from the consumer and the customer side. Now, his channel's great. Got nothing bad to say about either one of them. There is no but behind that. They're great channels. I suggest you check their channels out. Chris Norlund and Lucky Lopez if you've never watched their channels. Now, I'm a small channel, so I don't have that many subscribers. So I'm not growing the way a lot of your YouTube influencers have grown by touting what's hot. I try to go against what is hot, and I try to talk about different things and long-term wealth instead of a few quick hundreds or thousands of dollars that's going to probably burn a hole in your pocket. It's not even going to last you, a couple years. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are making videos about what's happening right now. If you look at my channel, the first summer after all that money was printed, the first summer of 2020, I had talked about all the cars that were out here, these high-end cars. Now, here's how you got to look around and not worry about news reports, because a lot of news reports, they tend to get stuff last. When you take a look around and open your eyes and don't walk through life with blinders on and worrying about what everybody else is doing and taking pictures of your meals for Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok, you actually learn a lot of things. What was one of the first things I said about this channel is I'm observant. I'm very observant. I look around me. I'm not a finance guy. I'm not a car salesman. I'm not a Wall Street broker, but I'm a smart person, and I will toot my own horn on this, is where I can see where things are going to crumble and crack long before stuff happens. Now, here's the thing. I had a clunker. I had a 2012 Hyundai Accent that had almost 200,000 miles on it. And I was looking to get a car before this whole pandemic thing even happened. I was looking to get a car. I was like, I got to get something back and forth to work. I wanted something that was, it was fun to drive. It had a stick shift, whatever. I've always liked Hyundais. So I was looking at the Hyundai Elantra Sport. Just so happens the pandemic happens, and I find one in Connecticut. They wanted $16,000 for it. Now, this is before the money even came out. This is in March when all the lockdowns started to happen, and car salesmen and car dealerships, they were shaking in their boots because they had to lock down. So they needed to get rid of inventory because they didn't know how long they were going to be locked down for. And they were considered non-essential, and they had to shut down. Now, Not now. Listen. Here's the funny part. Car dealerships were considered essential. People were buying cars during the pandemic. Now, I went to Connecticut. That they wanted 16,000. I think the car was worth about 17,000. I said, no, I'm not giving you that. You have one key, right? Now, people got to negotiate this. If a dealership has one car key, chances are these smart keys, that push button, these keys are $200, $300. Oh, and then it's $150 because they got to program it and link it to your car. So you got to use that as a negotiation tactic. I said, my man, you got one key. These tires are bald, and I'm not paying the doc fee. I'll give you tax, title, and tags. I'll give you the 3 T's: tax, title, tags. Okay, I'll give you the title, the taxes, and whatever I got to pay to have the car registered, and you put the plates on the car. I'm not giving you no extra. I drove here in my 2012. It made me here, and I will make it back home. I got that car for about $14,700. I did a 5-year finance, and I knew I was not going to finance that car for 5 years. I made sure there was no early payoff penalty. You always got to make sure there's no early payoff penalty. I think my finance rate was at that time on that car was 4.7, 4.5. I have no clue. I mean, I have great credit. It really didn't matter to me because I was going to cut a check for the car anyway. So, of course, they tried to sell me all the warranties. Nah, don't want it. End up paying tax, title, and tags. Walked out the door with the car, I think, after everything for like 15. I drive the car for almost 2 years, beat the crap out of it, got into an accident with it, hit a fox, put 70,000 miles on the car. I got the car with 20,000 miles. It was a certified pre-owned warranty. Had no problems with the car, but I was tired of driving a manual. I was tired of driving a stick. I wanted something where I could drive for the next 10 years, that I could just drive and not worry about speed bumps, potholes, because I live in Jersey, in the tri-state area, and anybody who lives in Jersey, in the winter and after the winter, you're replacing tires, you're replacing rims, you're getting wheel alignments, and a lot of these new cars, they come with low-profile tires. So I start looking around that first summer, like after I had my car, and I'm like, damn. Pookie, Tiambe, Shaniqua, Lupita, Jose, and Angel, and all them. I'm naming people that live in urban areas that banks and politicians feed on. They feed on minorities and poor white people who don't understand how money works. Now, I make 6 figures. I will repeat that. I make almost $200,000 a year. I have no children. I'm not having children, God willing, but whatever happens with my fiance if it happens, okay. She makes a wonderful living, okay? She runs her family business. Her house is paid off, so I pay her. Yes, you heard me. I pay her. I don't live rent-free. I ain't no scrub. I pay her pretty much the going rate of what rent is in New Jersey, which is over $2,000. So I pay her to live here. I take care of the food and stuff, and she takes care of the utilities. And I make, I'm repeating it. I make almost 200,000 or 200,000, and I'm driving a Hyundai. I'm driving a certified pre-owned Hyundai Elantra. I'm not driving a Range Rover. I'm not driving a Benz. I'm not driving a Tesla. I'm not driving an Audi. But a lot of your inner city people who don't understand money, you make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year, and you're driving a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 car. You're never going to get ahead like that. It's just not going to happen. And banks knew this. Banks knew this, that if people can't manage their hard-earned money, why the hell would they manage money that was given to them free by the government? If people can't manage and finance their own budget correctly with their hard-earned money, why would they manage money that was given to them free by the government? So people went out, overpaid for houses, overpaid for cars, and they like to tout about the greatest wealth exchange of all time. You want to know why it's the great it's the great wealth exchange? Yes, a lot of the older people and the boomers are dying, but a lot of free money was given to you guys to make smart choices. You went out and made dumb choices, and you're going to lose it to people like me. You want to know why? I'm looking for a second car, a sports car. I'm going to lift that car off of somebody who cannot make those payments, who went out, got in long finance terms, had to get rid of it, had to take an L. They traded in a Mustang Shelby GT 500 or 350R or a Mach 1 or a Z06 or 911 or all these sports cars. They traded it into Toyota. Now they're paying $800 a month on a Camry or an Avalon or a Corolla because they were paying $1,500 a month on a sports car. That's how wealth is exchanged. You pay top dollar for it, the markup. The dealer buys it from you. They got to unload it because now people aren't buying those type of cars. They're stuck sitting on it. I come along, I'm not paying dock fee. I'm not paying this. You better have the manuals in the glove box for this car, and you better have 2 keys. There better be tire tread on this. I want 2 owners only at the most, maybe 3. I don't want over 25 or 30,000 miles. Yes, when you have retirement savings already set aside and you know where you're headed and you're already going to be worth millions and you have an emergency fund set away, and even if your payments are $1,000 a month on this car, you plan on making $1,500 car notes or $2,000 car notes on that car because you don't live like other people. You can walk in there with excellent credit, money in your pocket, and you can make the demands. You don't work for them. They work for you. Somewhere down the line, we cross wires, and the red wire is with the black wire, and the black wire is on the red cable. No, car dealers work for me. I will never see you again. Even if I buy that car with a warranty, I'm not going to see you in the sales department. I got to go to the service department. So we're not friends. Don't talk to me. Don't small talk me. Don't ask me about my family. I'm here to buy this car. This is how much I'm going to pay. This is how much it's worth. This is what you're going to give it to me. And you don't want to do it? Guess what? I got money. I will catch a flight to 50 other states. Let me see, 48. I'm not driving to Alaska, and you can't drive. And I'm not buying a car from Hawaii. So yeah, a lot of you don't even know that there's 50 states, and Alaska is one of our states, and Hawaii. Okay. So I'll fly to any other of the 48 states and take a road trip and drive my second car back. Now, if it's your second car and your first car is already paid off, in my opinion, I'll spend that extra money a month on my second car because I'm good. People get wrapped up in investing. Okay, it's good to invest, it's good to save, but eventually you need to take your foot off the gas. You need to calm down and say, okay, I'm gonna start enjoying life. I'm 41 years old. How much money am I going to need? I will be good with 1.5 million in investments. Not touching that, living off the dividends on that. I'll have Social Security. Here's a lot of you going, Social Security might not be there. It'll be there, trust me. It will be there. It may not be as much, but it will be there because we're always paying into it, and you got to pay out something. So Social Security will be there. I'll have a pension. I'll have an annuity through my job. I have a Roth IRA. I have brokerage accounts. I didn't put my money into stupid speculative stuff. I invested in things that have been there 20 years before I was born and that will be there after I'm dead and gone. So you got to live your life in balance. If you're in a situation where you have, say, $70,000 that you could pay for that car, right? I don't recommend putting $70,000 down on your sports car or paying it off. I recommend putting between 20 and 40% down and keep that money on the sidelines, or you can even invest that. And if you can get better returns on that, I would do that. I'm not going to take 70,000 out of the market to buy a car. You're going to set off a tax headache for yourself. A lot of us long-term investors, we're still in the green. We've made profits because we've been investing in things that have gone up in value. If I pull 70,000 out of the market, I now have to put those capital gains on like I have to file taxes on that. That goes on top of my income. That goes on top of my ordinary income. I think it's 15 or 20%. If I pull that out, even though that's long-term capital gains, I still got to pay on top of that. Why am I going to pay money? But why am I going to pay money for something like that? Sorry, I'm getting a call. Ignore that. I'm going to keep the recording going. Now, well, why would I pay money to take out my own money? I'm just not going to do that. I was getting a spam call. These spammers. Oh, so that's a good example. A lot of your YouTubers, they're spammers. They're just hyping you up and spamming you. You got to be able to ignore them and block them. You got to be the blocker. So if you have any questions on how to buy a car, I'll get back to you in the comments. But your greatest wealth exchange is going to be a lot of you guys pay top dollar for houses and cars, and people who are comfortable, the wealthy. I'm not wealthy, but I'm in a good place right now to take a lot of that stuff off your hands for penny on the dollar. Just like, penny on the dollar, I'll take it from you. This is a real channel. I just dropped the remote, to the camera. It's a real channel. But if you go back to all my old videos, the blocker's been calling it with cryptos and memes and Teslas. So no regrets. The few of you who actually watch the videos, hope you made it this far. No regrets. Get it.